If somebody sees you at the grocery store, at the restaurant, what do you want them to do?
Pay my bill. in a perfect world. So, I mean, yeah, sure, come up, have a chat with me, equalities, disabled people are just like all of you, yada yada yada. Pay my bar tab. Don't just tell me you're okay with disabled people. Prove it. That makes me sound like such a drunk. Just chat to me like you chat to anyone else. Don't patronise the RC kind of, oh, how you doing, buddy?
Hey everyone, welcome to SBSK, the YouTube channel where you'll meet friends who live with many different conditions. While watching these videos, you'll notice one thing. Although humans are incredibly diverse, we all have so much in common. So without further hesitation, let's meet today's friend.
Any questions, just ask them. Let's not all sit there and stare and try and play kind of house MD in our heads here. I reckon I know more about my condition than you probably can figure out in that brief 5 seconds. So let's talk about it. It's okay to talk.
Is it okay if I'm blunt with my questions?
I love blunt questions because they're the best kind of questions because they're truly honest. Like, children ask blunt questions because they don't have that filter yet where they can be overly PC and irritating. I love the blunt questions because they're the most honest ones. I don't like it. I don't like the PC questions.
How would you describe a PC question?
When people go, what happened to your hair? Like, beard, coat? You can say face. I know about it. It's been pointed out to me before.
Why do you look the way you look?
Yeah. So I have a condition called type 1 neurofibromatosis, which causes excess body tissue to grow on nerve endings. Well, I think when you're confronted by something you don't normally see every day, there's this natural kind of flight or fight response, which to a degree I get. To a certain degree, anxiety is hardwired into us. Prejudice isn't. That's a whole other thing. So if you can alleviate the anxiety before it gets to the prejudice, you can normalise what some people may see as a very uncomfortable situation. I started learning card tricks because a lot of my friends are older with kids, and when kids first meet me, I'm mildly intimidating for some unknown reason. But if you do one card trick, you're instantly cool for the rest of your life. But what I didn't realise is I'd have to learn other card tricks eventually because one just wouldn't be enough. And so I now have like a dozen semi-decent card tricks.
What's the first reaction of a child when they meet you?
They are normally rather intimidated for some unknown reason. I can't figure out why. So in that moment you've got roughly 7 seconds to engage them properly, or it's going to be a lot tricky. You can still do it. Like, you can still like pull a card trick out of nowhere and then instantly be cool for the rest of your life, which is a much bigger responsibility than I thought it was.
If you had to share one thing with the world, what would you say?
I'd probably go with it. It's okay not to be okay. I think we are all chasing this cereal packet idea of perfection. We want to look perfect, be perfect, have the perfect life. Like, point one, if everyone has that, it stops being perfect and just becomes the norm. And it's those little imperfections, those little idiosyncrasies that the world more than likely loves about you.
Often I read comments from trolls who say, if I was disabled, I would want to be put down.
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
Oh, I can put you down now if you want. Like, you don't have to be disabled to be put down. Just, I'm available. Just to... No, I think that's a real kind of dick thing to say. And if you put any other minority's name in there instead of disabled, you realise how heinous it is. You wouldn't say if I were black, I'd want to be put down. If I were gay, I want to be put down. But disability seems to be the one thing you can scapegoat and say that kind of thing. And here's the big secret: a lot of disabled people are perfectly happy.
Have you faced discrimination in your life?
Absolutely. I think everyone faces discrimination to a certain degree. Everyone is prejudiced against different things. But I think particularly facial disfigurement and disability, are two of the last great bastions that we need to start talking about and engaging with and dealing with. But ultimately, if someone or a company or an employer or whoever is going to discriminate against me based on how I look, do I really need them in my life to begin with? And the answer, equivocally, is no. And we all have good days and bad days. I'm not by no means saying that having a good self-image means you float around on a cloud of confidence to eye the tiger smacking your chest 24/7. I mean, even I have days where I wake up and my hair's a mess and I don't feel on form. But those days become fewer and far between.
Why have they become fewer and far between?
I think I've just gotten older and more self-aware. And the trick is to focus on what you can do rather than what you can't do.
What's your opinion of PC culture?
It's originally a good thing. It's been taken ridiculously too far. And I'm not saying deliberately go out of your way to offend people, but the more eggshells you put down for people to tread on, the harder it's going to be to communicate. And equality issues are really important and should be discussed. And the more words you ban, the harder it becomes to discuss them.
What would it take for someone to offend you?
You would have to, punch my mother in front of me to offend me. Outside of that, we're good. You can irritate me. That's quite easy to do. You can put your luggage in the aisle on the train and that'll spin me out. But there's a luggage rack. Put it there.
Can you see out of both your eyes?
I cannot, so I'm blind in this eye.
Do you have perfect vision out of the other one?
No, partially sighted in this one. There's this really weird stereotype around disability and disfigurement that we're all kind of shy, retreating, people who stay at home all day and listen to Radiohead and hug the dog till they're washed in our tears. And I got no idea where that comes from.
What's the longest relationship you've ever been in?
A couple of years.
Who ended it?
She did it in IKEA. No, it was a mutual kind of thing. It was long distance, and it just all got a little bit too much. We're still good friends. It wasn't one of those kind of American sitcom kind of curse you kind of breakups.
Well, long distance is tough.
Yeah, and I always found those kind of breakups really weird. To go from being that close and intimate with someone to wanting them to burn just seems a very unnatural transition to happen that quickly.
Do you still talk to her though?
Yeah, absolutely.
See, I've been with Alyssa now for 3 years, so it's been a long time since I've had an ex, but I'm the kind of guy who goes cold turkey, and it's kind of too painful for me to stay in touch.
There are certain things that I won't do with other girlfriends because that was kind of our...
Like a pet name
thing.
or something.
Yeah, not just pet names, we had favourite places.
What was your pet name in this relationship? Did you have one, like a consistent pet name?
No, not in the old one. I find pet names a bit creepy.
You care about the opinions of others.
I care about the opinions of people who are close to me. I don't care about the opinions of randoms on Twitter who think they're being ballsy by having a photo of an egg and assume malicious words. That's all by the by and how the internet works.
So you get trolled sometimes?
Oh, dude, everyone gets trolled.
Do you care at all?
No. And I think kind of we slightly changed the definition of trolling since the internet first became a thing. I think calling it trolling is a little bit underplaying what's actually going on, and let's call it abuse, which is what it is. Kind of trolling in its original form is just being satirical and deliberately putting a grammar mistake in a tweet so everyone else corrects it, and you can be like, you did exactly what I thought you'd do. The thing with facial disfigurement is it isn't a mutually exclusive thing. Anyone at any point could be attacked, be involved in an accident, and in an instant have their life changed forever. And in those moments, how would you want to be treated? And then take that logic and treat other people accordingly. Everyone's messed up to one degree or another.
When you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, what do you think?
I'm like, yeah, nailing it. Need to shave and do the hair, but after that we're cooking on gas.
Before I turn off the camera, is there anything else you want to say?
Follow me on Twitter at Adam_Pearson. Check out my YouTube channel, Adam Pearson Videos. And yeah, rock and roll. If you're ever in London, hook me up.
Thank you for watching. If you'd like to meet people who live with the condition from all over the world and learn how to better connect with the people around you, take a moment and subscribe. Appreciate it.